So he's a 10, but he's literally a prince of hell. He's a 10, but he will be imprisoned or thought to be dead at least 35 times throughout the course of your life. He's a 10, but you owe him over 300 favors and you are literally magically bound to do whatever he wants for those favors.
Winter comes, the ice, the snow, but I'm here.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sam, bringing you bookish and lifestyle content, and today we're talking book boyfriends. So y'all know I love me a good romance book. Specifically if it's fantasy, but I'll take anything. So I've been seeing this trend go around TikTok with the whole he's a 10 but usually followed by some negative trait, but it still makes you want to read the book. So I thought I would do the same thing, but in like a longer form kind of content. So that's what we're gonna do. So I have a list of books, 10 or 11, of bookish boyfriends, and there he's a 10 but, and I'm super excited because I love these books and I love these guys. So let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I want to remind y'all of two things. The first one is that if you have not already hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit that before you leave, and the little bell icon will notify you when I post, and the little like button just makes me feel good. The second thing I want to remind y'all about is my glasses. So I've talked about these in a few of my previous videos. These were sent to me by an online optical company called Zinff, and I am obsessed with them. I have such a hard time finding glasses that I feel flatter my face shape, and these absolutely do. Their website is so intuitive and so easy to navigate, and you can try on their glasses online just by uploading a photo of yourself, and they really do look the way that they do online. I was so nervous that they were gonna look okay online and then come and not actually look the same, but they looked pretty much identical. I'm so happy with them. They're super lightweight and they're super affordable as well. So I don't know if y'all wear glasses, but if you do, you know, getting them from your eye doctor can be hundreds of dollars. These, I priced it out, would have been like $50 or $60 with my prescription and the scratch resistance and my night driving lenses and all of that, and that is so much more affordable. I literally wore these same glasses for almost 3 years to avoid having to buy a new pair, and I am so happy with these and will absolutely be buying more in the future. And they don't just do prescription glasses, you can get blue light glasses or sunglasses. So if you're interested in any of that, I will link all of the information down below. I will have a link to these glasses as well as a link to just their general website, and you can get 50% off frames and 10% off lenses with my code LIT, and all of that will be linked down below for you. Alright, so book boyfriends. There are quite a few, and I really enjoyed making this video, or like coming up with the ideas for this video, because I got to be really creative and had to like think about things, and it was really fun. So let's get started. These are going to be in absolutely no particular order, just the kind of the order that I thought of something to go with it. So book number 1, he is a 10, but he's your ex and you literally cursed him 9 years ago, and that is the X Hex. This is by Erin Sterling, and it follows our main character, Vivian, and she is a witch in this little town in Georgia that's basically like a modern day Halloween town, except there's only witches and not like all the creatures. And 9 years ago she fell in love with Reese, and they had a 3-month relationship, and when he broke up with her because he was betrothed to another, she cursed him, like literally. Now it is 9 years later, he has come back to this town, and turns out her curse really did work, and a lot of bad things are happening now. This is a very humorous little rom-com. It's very short, it's very cute, and his name is Reese, honestly. The second one is one of my favorites. So he's a 10, but he's literally a prince of hell. So this is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This follows our main character Amelia, and she has a sister who is brutally murdered, and in order to avenge her sister's murder, she ends up calling on a prince of hell, and she's a witch, he's a prince of hell, very much not supposed to be doing the things that they're doing, and there's a little bit of romance thrown in there for funsies. Highly recommend, especially if you like more of the light new adult. The first book is very YA, but it does shift from there in book 2. So excited for book 3, cannot wait. Wrath is for sure in one of my top 10 book boyfriends of all time. Alright, book number 3. He's a 10, but you only married him to steal his kingdom. That is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen, and this follows our main character, Lara. And Lara has been trained from birth to be a lethal spy, and she is arranged to marry the king of the Bridge Kingdom, and her only job here is to take his kingdom down. However, when she starts to get to know her new husband and his kingdom, her mind starts to change a little bit and things get very complicated. This is a duology. It is a fantasy duology and it is so good. It's so good. There's actually a third book now, which is more of a companion book for the series. I haven't read that one yet, but I am really excited to, and this is just such a fun little fantasy duology. Book number 4, he's a 10, but you owe him over 300 favors and you are literally magically bound to do whatever he wants for those favors. And that is Rapsodic. This is by Laura Thalassa and it follows our main character Calypso. And she is a siren who owes a lot of favors to the Bargainer, who is a Fae king who is known in the human world as the Bargainer, and he makes deals and you have to complete those deals. And she's got 7 years worth of IOUs to him. And now he has come to collect. This is a trilogy with a little novella somewhere in the middle there. It is super fun, super NA, super fantasy. I love it. If you like Fae, specifically new adult romance, you will really like this book. Next up, he's a 10, but he is a pirate who is currently holding you captive on his ship. And that is Daughter of the Pirate King. This is by Trisha Levenseller. And this follows our main character, Alosa, who is a pirate and the daughter of the Pirate King, who has been sent on a mission to find a piece of this elusive map. And so she allows herself to be deliberately captured by this pirate crew as the perfect excuse to search their ship. And then things spiral from there. This is a YA fantasy duology. It is so much fun. The front of the book describes Alosa as like the female Jack Sparrow, and that is the perfect description. She is one of my favorite female characters I have ever read. The sarcasm in this book is literally like top tier. I love this book. Next book, he's a 10, but you hate him. His father fired your father, and now he is absolutely everywhere you look. This is Enemies by Tijan, and this book follows our main character, fantastic question actually. This follows our main character Dusty, and she and Stone have known each other most of their lives, but she has hated him since the 6th grade when her father, or when his father fired her father from the company and she and her family lost everything. Now he is an NFL football player and she is going to college in the same town where he plays, and suddenly he is everywhere. Something very tragic has happened and he is the only person there that knows her and can kind of help her out, despite the fact that she does not want to be anywhere around him. This is a kind of like college sports romance. It's really good. It is very spicy. One of the first NA spicy romances that I ever read, and I loved it. So good. Okay, y'all know I had to throw this one in there somewhere. I'm not sorry about it. He's a 10, but he's a literal blue alien with a tail. Ice Planet Barbarians. And this follows our main character, Georgie, and she is with a group of girls who are abducted by aliens, and they are dropped off on this planet where they are then kind of rescued by other aliens that are blue, have tails. And you can let your imagination run wild from there. It is a romance. It is an adult romance, and that will be as far as I will be elaborating on that. Good luck. Next up, he's a 10, but he's a rock star, and you are his household servant, basically. So this is Breathe by Abby Glines. It is the first book in her Seabreeze series, which is a collection of romances. They all follow different characters, but the same story, basically. So like similar characters. All the characters know each other, but like different couples in each book. That's where I was going with that. So basically, this is what it sounds like. We've got our main character, Sadie, and Sadie is working as a housekeeper in this big mansion that happens to be owned as the summer home by Jack Stone, who is a teenage rock star, and it spirals from there. That's the gist of it. That's about it, but it's so good. It is so good. This is my favorite of the series by far. I haven't actually finished the series, but I just don't think anything can top this because it was so good. Next up, he's a 10, but your father is his football coach and you hate him. This is Surviving Adam Mead. This follows our main character Claire, and she absolutely hates Adam Mead, but her father is his football coach and she helps out with the team, so she is forced to be around him a lot. He has never met a challenge before, and suddenly Claire is that challenge, and then there are some other challenges that come up from there. Super cute, very short, just like little YA, hate to love, cute little high school romance. It was cute. It gave you all the warm little feelings. Next up, he's a 10, but he is a slave and is investigating the murder of your best friend. House of Earth and Blood. This is by Sarah J. Maas. I have talked about this book so many times and it is super, super popular, but this follows our main character Bryce, and her best friend is murdered by a demon, and it is now a year later and the murders have started up again. So the person that they thought committed those murders obviously didn't, since they are in jail. So she and Hunt, who is a fallen angel who is now enslaved to the archangels, they are working together to investigate this mystery in a high fantasy setting. It is so good. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I absolutely love this series. The first book is just literal perfection as far as high fantasy goes, in my opinion, for the types of high fantasy that I like. And book 2 just changed the whole game. And I'm gonna stop talking there. And last but not least, of course, he's a 10, but he will be imprisoned or thought to be dead at least 35 times throughout the course of your life. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This is my favorite book of all time. Jamie is absolutely everything. He has no flaws. Like, he just doesn't. Other than the fact that there's a lot of heartbreak in here, because he will be imprisoned a lot. You will think he's dead a lot. And it will hurt a lot. But Jamie himself is perfect. Like, he is a 10 in every way, shape, and form, and I cannot recommend this book enough if you like romance at all. This is the book. Even if you think you don't like historical fiction, this is the book. Because I didn't think I liked historical fiction. This is the book, I promise. So those are my he's a 10 but romance recommendations for book boyfriends that I'm obsessed with. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to check out the glasses in the links below, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!
Oh my love.